Hey!
Hey, family.
What's
What's
up?
up?
Shabbat
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Woo! Welcome to Story Time.
Story time. Story time.
Hey, y'all. Shabbat Shalom. It is Friday, and if you can see, you can't, but the sun is down. So, Shabbat Shalom,
Yes.
family.
Yes.
It is so good to see y'all on this Friday evening.
Yes. We're under an open heaven.
That's right. In fact, we're gonna get into more of that. So if you're new, I'm Bonnie. How you doing? Hi, girls. Good to see you. Look, brother, you look good. You look good. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay. Let me introduce her, and then we'll go back to it. All right. And then if you don't know, okay, this is none other than Auntie Shelly on the beat. But it, y'all seen that commercial? I don't know what commercial it'd be like. It's inside. Okay.
It is.
It's that yogurt commercial, but it's like it's inside. That's how I feel when I hit the button bump. Okay, it's inside. It feels so.
Yes. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Cammy.
Shabbat Shalom,
Brother James.
Oh wow, Brother James.
Glad you on time.
Brother James be coming with the Brother Petty. I'm calling Brother Petty.
Yeah, you're trying to stay on us.
Right. I enjoyed the song that you sent to us, Brother James. And when you work on that, you send it to us, okay? We're gonna go into because we mentioned Shabbat Shalom. We mentioned that we are under an open heaven, so we're gonna get into that in Jubilees, the second chapter, 2 verses. No, second chapter, 18 verses all the way down to the 22nd verse. And just a little shout out to anybody that has the book, because we know that people have been purchasing the book. Do not give out any spoiler alert.
Yes. No.
No. I am quicker than that, so I had to tell you before you did it. Okay. All right. So let's go. Jubilee 2 and 18, and it reads, just listen to it, you all. This is such a blessing. And he gave us a great sign, the Sabbath, that we should work 6 days, but guard the Sabbath on the seventh day from all work. And all the angels of the presence and all the angels of sanctification, these two great classes he has bidden us to guard the Sabbath with him in heaven and on earth. And he said unto us, behold, I will separate unto myself a people from amongst all the people, and these shall guard the Sabbath. And I will sanctify them unto myself as my people, and will bless them as I have sanctified the Sabbath, and do sanctify it unto myself. Even so will I bless them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim. And I have chosen the seed of Jacob from amongst all that I have seen, and have written him down as my firstborn son, and have sanctified him unto myself forever and ever. And I will teach them the Sabbath, that they may guard the Sabbath thereon from all work. And thus he created therein a sign in accordance with which they should guard the Sabbath with us on the seventh day, to eat and to drink, and to bless him who has created all things, as he has blessed and sanctified unto himself a peculiar people above all peoples, and that they should guard the Sabbath together with us. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Y'all ready?
Y'all ready? All right. Who knows what we're reading? None of y'all. All right. So we're going to go ahead and let y'all know we are going to come tonight with the book of the Testament of Moses.
And for those of you who have the book, it's right after the Apocalypse of Moses. So 223.
223. So you guessed it right. If you say, oh, they're going to read this next. You're right. All right. And so we're reading this book, this testament, out of this Bereshit, also known as the beginnings. And we purchased this book on ct4.net. So if you like to purchase this book, make sure you use your Storytime discount. Okay.
Yes.
The O in story is a 0, and then the E in time is a 3. So we're going back to the covenant, right? You like that. All right. We're going to get into it, okay? Like that. The Testament of Moses. And it came to pass in the 120th year in the life of Moshe, that is the 2,500 year from the creation of the world, that he called to him Yahusha, the son of Nun, a man approved of Yahuwah, that he might be the minister of the people and of the tabernacle of the testimony with all its set apart things, and that he might bring the people into the land given to their fathers, that it should be given to them according to the covenant and oath, which he spoke in the tabernacle to give it by Yahusha, saying to Yahusha these words, be strong and of good courage, according to your might, so as to do what has been commanded, that you may be blameless unto Elohim. So says Elohim of the world.
Let me do a little pause in case some people are confused.
Okay.
This is Moses passing the torch to Joshua.
Oh, yes.
Joshua and Yeshua
Yahusha.
actually have the same name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Joshua, so we won't be confused.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you so much. For he has created the world behalf of his people, on behalf of his people. But he was not pleased to manifest this purpose of creation from the foundation of the world, in order that the other nations might thereby be convicted to their own humiliation, might be their arguments, convict one another. Accordingly, he designed and devised me, and he prepared me before the foundation of the world, that I should be the mediator of his covenant. And now I declare unto you that the time of the years of my life are fulfilled, and I am passing away to sleep with my fathers, even in the presence of all the people. And you receive this writing that you may know how to preserve the Sephrim which I shall deliver unto you. And you shall set these in order and anoint them with oil of cedar, and put them away in the earthen vessels, in the place which he made from the beginning of creation of the world, that his name should be called upon until the day of repentance in the visitation wherewith Yahuwah shall visit them in the consummation of the end of days.
So basically, they were taught where to put these books, that just means books or these writings, in a certain place in the earth to be preserved.
Yes.
So that everybody would be able to read them.
Absolutely. So,
and this is after the flood. So he said, put him back in that same place.
Yes.
So that means he must have showed him where that place was.
He said from the beginning. So that way we'll be able to live this thing out the way he intended. Wow.
Which goes to show you, like, they knew what was up since the beginning.
From the beginning, absolutely.
Yeah. Adam and Chua, they knew what was up. So that even breaks apart when people say, well, that's the law and it's old new. No, this stuff it's always been here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always the same thing. What makes you think it changes right now? Because you was born. It's been this way.
Wow.
Since they ate that fig tree, I set these rules down.
Yeah, and it's been this way. Wow.
And you're going to keep them in the same place. Everybody going to know where they are.
So, yeah. So, listen, he was intentional. When he said
intentional.
Guard the thing.
Yep.
We were supposed to guard it. All right. Shalom, righteous is the way. And Dad, Shalom. Good to have y'all on. All right, chapter 2. And if you're just tuning in, we're reading the Testament of Moses, and we're on page 224. Second chapter. And now they will go by means of you into the land which he determined and promised to give to their fathers, in which you shall bless and give to them individually and confirm unto them their inheritance in me, and establish for them the kingdom which is capitalized, and you shall appoint them prefectures according to the good pleasure of Yahuwah in the judgment and in righteousness.
I mean, somebody to be over.
Yeah. Yes. And it will come to pass in the 6th year after they enter into the land, that thereafter they shall be ruled by chiefs and kings for 18 years. And during 19 years, the 10 tribes will be apostates. And the 12 tribes will go down and transfer the tabernacle of the testimony. Then the Elohim of heaven will make the courts of his tabernacle and the tower of his sanctuary. And the two set apart tribes will be there established. But the 10 tribes will establish kingdoms for themselves according to their own ordinances. And they will offer sacrifices throughout 20 years. And 7 will entreat the wall. And I will protect 9, but 4 will transgress the covenant of Yahuwah and profane the oath which Yahuwah made with them. And they will sacrifice their sons to strange Elohim, and they will set up idols in the sanctuary to worship him. And in the house of Yahuwah they will work in piety and engrave every form of beast, many abominations.
So he's telling them what's gonna happen, what they're gonna do. He's prophesying.
Yes, he's prophesying.
This is what they're gonna do.
Wow.
They gonna be good for a minute, and then they gonna start chasing other gods, idols. They gonna ask for a king. They gonna be doing too much.
That's good. Dad says, he says, this is why the scripture says, seek ye the old path.
There you go. Old path. It's old.
Wait,
the truth is old.
He didn't say seek ye the new path.
Yeah. The truth is old.
Mm. Chapter 3. And in those days, a king from the east, he's still talking and telling them what's to come. Mm-hmm. King from the east will come against them and cover their land with his cavalry. And he will burn their colony with fire together with the set apart temple of Yahuwah. And he will carry away all the set apart vessels. And he will cast forth all the people, and he will take them to the land of his nativity. Yea, he will take the 2 tribes with him. Then the 2 tribes will call upon the 10 tribes, and will be indignant as a lioness on a dusty plain, being hungry and thirsty. And they will cry aloud, righteousness, righteous and set apart is Yahuwah. For inasmuch as ye have sinned, we too, in like manner, have been carried away with you, together with our children. Then the 10 tribes will mourn on hearing the reproaches of the 2 tribes. And they will say, what have we done unto you, brethren? Surely this tribulation has not come on all the house of Yasharel. And all the tribes will mourn, crying unto heaven and saying, Elohai of Abraham, Elohai of Isaac, and Elohai of Jacob. Remember your covenant which you did cut with them, and the oath which you did swear unto them by yourself, that their seed should never fail in the land which you have given them. Then they will remember me, saying in that day, tribe unto tribe, and each man unto his neighbor. Is not this that which Moses did then declare unto us in the prophecy, who suffered many things in Egypt, and in the Red Sea, and in the wilderness during 40 years? And as surely called heaven and earth to witness against us, that we should not transgress his commandment, in which he was a mediator unto us. Mediator unto us. Behold, these things have befallen us after his death, according to his word, and according to his declaration, as he declared to us at that time. Yea, behold, these have taken place, even to our being carried away captive into the country of the east, who will be also in bondage for about 77 years.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because he's now talking about, remember when the tribes split up, he said Israel's going to be split up between 10 and 2, basically.
Yep.
The 10's going to get carried away first, then the 2 are going to be carried away to Babylon. Yes. They're going to tell the 10 about it. The 10 was like, man, y'all too?
Yeah.
Now everybody gone.
Like, what happened? How did we get
y'all here? Too? Yeah. So everything happened just the way Moshe said it would.
Yep. Y'all thought
and it also tells them the bondage, how long they're going to be there. 77 years. Because they had to stay there until the earth fulfilled its Sabbath.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Because remember, the other 2 tribes came back. Judah, because they went to Babylon. So, yeah. So just say like Judah, because
Okay,
Levi
gotcha.
was
Is the
always
stupid.
with Judah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they split between 10 to the 10, and then there was Levi and Judah stayed together. And I think half of the tribe of Benjamin. Yeah, because Yehuda, remember, she was a
Yeah, she
Benjamite,
was a
and they were
Benjamite,
in
yeah.
there. Some of
Okay,
them
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stayed.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
some of them stayed. And yeah, so that's what he's saying. But so now they're like talking, man, y'all went to.
Oh man. Ooh. All right, chapter 4. Let's get into it. Then there will enter one who is over them, and he will spread forth his hand and kneel upon his knees and pray on their behalf, saying, Yahuwah of all, King on the lofty throne, who rules the world, and did will that this people should be your elect people, then you did will that you should be called their Elohim, according to the covenant which you did cut with their fathers. And yet they have gone into captivity, into another land, with their women and their children, and around the gates of strange people, where there is great vanity. Regard and have compassion on them, O Yah of heaven. Then Elohim will remember them on the account of the covenant which he cut with their fathers. And he will manifest his compassion in those times also, and he will put it into the mind of a king to have compassion on them, and he will send them off to the land and country. Then some portions of the tribe will go up, and they will come to their appointed place, and they will entreat the place, renewing it. And the two tribes will continue in their prescribed belief, sad and lamenting, because they will not be able to offer sacrifices to Yahuwah Elohim. And the 10 tribes will increase and multiply among the other nations during the time of their captivity.
Okay, so the two tribes that went to Babylon, remember the king had compassion on them and they were
Yeah,
allowed to come back, even though they were still under that king.
gotcha.
So they still couldn't operate. Oh, yeah, Judah, Benjamin, yeah, or in a portion of Levi. Okay. Um, so they got to come back, and it says entrench the place renewed because they tried to build the temple back up.
Okay.
And I remember when they built the temple, they were crying, and it should have been joyous, but they were crying. It was like, yeah, but Solomon's temple was so much better. Like
Oh
we built
wow.
this temple, but it's not as great as Solomon's temple
Wow.
because you sin because they took all that stuff away
Yeah.
into Babylon. And then he says, but the 10 tribes
hmm
never came back. They that's why it says the 10 tribes will increase and multiply among the other nations during the time of their captivity. So they went up to trying to remember, I want to say Russia or some Turkey,
Okay,
whatever
that
that was.
area.
They went up into that area. And I don't know if this is gonna get into it, so I don't want to say too much.
What?
But I'll give a little. So when those 10 went up, there
hmm
was some kind of beef going on with wherever they went. I'll just say Russia,
Like,
Turkey, wherever.
like
And
Kobe
they
beef.
said, "Woo, this is our chance to get up out of here."
Mm.
And that's when, like the book of Ezra says, remember when we were talking about how close Russia and Alaska
Yes.
was?
Yes.
They came over that way and into America. They went to a land there was. That's why Columbus, when he came over, he said, I need a Hebrew interpreter because they're over there.
Wow.
So that's why with the whole Indian thing,
hmm
it gets a little convoluted because they're not really Indians. And so we say the Indians were Hebrew, but it really wasn't all of them. But
Yeah.
it was some of them. But because the word, of course, trying to throw us off, they put Indian on everything. Because you
Yeah.
had white people were Indians because
Yeah.
they paid $5 to say
Right.
they was Indian. That's
$5
$5
Indian.
Indians. And so some of them are and some of them are not.
Wow.
So yeah, it might even get into more of that, but just so we won't be confusing
You see,
everybody.
you hear the butt up bump. You hear that? See, this is why you gotta have history and a little knowledge.
You gotta
background
have a
knowledge,
history.
because
Cancel. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm like
because
that. Yeah.
listen, some things I just don't know.
Mhm.
All right.
So they actually increase because when you think about it, like quote unquote Indians, they were able to build all those casinos.
Mm-hmm.
And what a lot of people don't know is when the Indians built those casinos, they start taking care of their own. If you are Indian and can prove where you come from, like the real heritage, they will pay your medical bills.
Oh,
They will
wow.
pay. They give you money every year that casino makes. That's the ones you know who are Hebrew.
Wow.
Yeah, because my friend Nancy, like she gets all this money, and my sisters, they can't find their father's birth certificate, or they be getting all that stuff too. They actually give you money from them casinos if you could prove you're in that tribe.
Wow.
And they make lots of money. Then you get medical. That's why at one point when Jacob's children saw, like, wait a minute, we gave these Indians these rights, they making money and they taking care of each other. That's not what we intended. We intended just for them to make some money, but they actually taking care of people. That's when it got. You may not remember this. It got on the ballot, like, let's stop them from doing casinos because they were actually taking care of their people.
I do remember that.
And that was building wealth.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do remember that. That was years ago.
Yeah.
I remember that.
But they actually, you get checks.
Ooh.
If you prove you in one of those tribes, you get checks. Not no little checks.
Yeah, because
y'all know how much casinos make.
And you know folks like to gamble.
Yep. You get medical, everything. They take care of their people. Community minded.
Maya. Come on, Judah. We gonna be like that one. We coming.
Yeah.
We gonna be like that. Chapter 5. Good to see you, Lolo. And when the time of chastisement draw near, and vengeance arises through the kings who snare in their guilt and punish them, they themselves also will be divided as to the truth. Wherefore it has come to pass, they will turn aside from righteousness and approach iniquity, and they will defile with pollution the house of their worship. And they will go, a whoring after strange Elohim. For they will not follow the true Elohim, but some will pollute the altar with the very gifts which they offer to Yahuwah, who are not priests, but slaves, and the sons of slaves. And many in those times will respect the persons of the rich. Wow.
That's what they're doing
right now. They're doing it right now. And receive gifts and pervert judgment on receiving gifts. And on this account, the colony and the borders of their habitation will be filled with Torahless deeds and iniquities. And they will forsake Yahuwah, and they will be impious judges, and they will be ready to judge for money as each may wish.
They do.
Wow.
They've been doing this one forever.
This ain't nothing new. We are on page 226, and we're at the 6th chapter. Then there will be rise up unto them kings, bearing rule, and they will call themselves high priests of Elohim. Listen, archbishop, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The ark.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They will surely work iniquity among the Kodesh or holy, as we learned yesterday. Shout out to that. Thank you. Kodesh or in Kodeshim, and an insolent king will succeed men who will not be of the race of the priests, a man bold and shameless, and he will judge them as they shall deserve. And he will cut off their chief men with the sword, and will destroy them in secret places, so that no one may know where their bodies are.
Punch bowl.
Absolutely. Punch bowl.
It's just one place that we know of.
Yeah, and where they don't even
I'm sure there's a bunch of other places.
Bodies that.
Mm-hmm. Because if you think about it, like Pastor Keith was saying, if you're going into a slave graveyard, they've been there for years.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't be able to smell nothing.
Absolutely.
They still burying bodies.
Absolutely. Where's that stench coming from?
Yeah. They still burying bodies.
Absolutely.
Whole bodies. If it's things like that.
Y'all, this ain't nothing new.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably the earth way of saying that they're in here.
They're in here.
They're in here.
Like,
I'm going to show y'all. Yeah, I'm
snitching because I ain't being held accountable.
Right. They in here.
Listen. Okay, right here. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is so crazy. Absolutely. And he will slay the old and the young, and he will not spare. And he will not spare. Then the fear of them, and sorry, then the fear of him will be bitter unto them in their land. And he will execute judgments on them as the Egypt executed upon them. Egyptian, I should say, Mizraim,
Mhm.
Mizraim executed upon them during 30, during 34 years, and he will punish them. And he will beget children who succeeding him will rule for a shorter period. Into their part cohorts, and a powerful king of the west will come, who will conquer them, and he will take them captive and burn a part of their temple with fire, and will crucify some around the colony. And when this is done, the times will be ended in a moment. The second course will be ended. The 4 hours will come. They will be forth. They will be a fourth. And in the time of these, scornful and impious men will rule, saying that they are just. And these will conceal the wrath of their minds, being treacherous men, self pleasers, dissemblers in all their own affairs, and lovers of banquets at every hour of the day, gluttons, gourmands. It said, and they will conceal the wrath. So you ain't gonna know their true intention.
KKK all over the place.
Absolutely, but they're Christians.
Yeah. Yeah.
They love Jesus.
Jesus saved.
Absolutely, just not the nigger.
Right. Not you niggers.
Hmm. Devourers of the good of we're still reading about these people that's concealing their true intentions. Okay, devourers of the good of the poor, saying that they do so on the ground of the just. I'm sorry, saying that they do so on the ground of their justice, but in reality to destroy them. Complainers, deceitful, concealing themselves lest they should be recognized, impious, filled with lawlessness and iniquity from sunrise to sunset. Look, this is their way of life. Saying, we shall have feastings and luxuries, eating and drinking. Yea, we shall drink our fill, and we shall be as princes. And though their hands and their minds touch unclean things, yet their mouth will speak great things. And they will say furthermore, do not touch me, lest you should pollute me in the. Let me read the last one. Pollute me in the place where I stand. Y'all know, go to a huge church, okay?
Yeah.
Try to
Yeah.
touch that pastor.
Try. What you doing with bodyguards?
You gonna transfer your anointing, gonna take my anointing, so do not touch me.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Try to walk up to the Pope and shake his hand.
Try to walk
Or
up to
them
the
archbishops.
president.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
But
all
he's
these
for
people.
the
I'm
United
for
States
the
of America.
people. Yeah. You elected me.
Absolutely. Try to shake your Asian American Kamala Harris hand. Okay.
I dare
Who
you.
started off African American
Now
to win
she
the
an
vote.
Indian.
Now she Indian with Converse.
Says the concealing themselves.
Yeah.
They just worried about eating, drinking, feasting, luxury.
Absolutely. Living
Devourers of the goods of the poor.
That's right.
That's all.
That's all they do.
That's your whole IRS too.
Absolutely.
They are stealing money.
Yeah.
They are literally stealing the money out of our check.
Yeah.
And hiding themselves like they holy.
Yeah. He said, you don't know what their hands be doing. They be choking, killing folks, but their mouth gonna speak great things. And people would just want to hear some positive. Don't be negative.
Yeah.
Just speak positivity over your life.
Yeah. The Ashkenazis. Talking about they Jew. You don't act Jewish. Okay, we know the whole ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
The show Black-ish.
Yeah.
Jew-ish.
Ish. You kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got all kind of people thinking y'all the people. But look at their practices. Then you will know they ain't it. They doing all this.
They doing all of this.
They charging us high interest rates. And if they say they us too, like I said before, we shouldn't be paying no interest.
Absolutely. What were we talking about that the Jubilee?
And the year Jubilee.
Why y'all skip the Jubilee?
Yeah. What happened to that law?
What happened? It don't come out in that rock, They don't translate anything about Jubilees or nothing.
No.
Y'all just want to dance in a circle and kick your legs and
Mhm.
bow, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
This is the government of today.
Of Babylon. This is
Come out of her, my people. Stop voting for these people.
Listen, your vote don't matter.
Yep.
I do not.
Yeah, you got politicians, pastors, yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Dot. This whole system, okay? Your vote do not matter, nor do your voice, okay? We got to stop. That's deceptive right there.
Yeah, look at their hands and their minds touch unclean things.
And yet their mouth speaks of great things.
Let me tell you. I was looking at this episode. It was on today of Top Chef.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what in the world? They was throwing them a curveball. So they had them all, like they had to cook crazy things. Eels, snakes, alligators, something it looked like, they called it gooey duck, but it looked just weird.
Oh, wow.
It was, I don't know, but it was all like weird things that kangaroo. I ain't never even heard of nobody eating a kangaroo. I'm pretty sure that's on the list of unclean, something you ain't supposed to eat.
Listen, by the way that kangaroo stand, that you gonna eat it?
Yeah, they cooked the kangaroo. They got to choose, like, but everything was foreign things. Nothing was like, and I said, they got them people on there. All that stuff is unclean. Alligator.
Nishan says if they were celebrating Jubilees, we'd have all our stuff
exactly
back, and they do not want it. We will have our land back. Folks will be out of prison, and y'all know who be making that prison system money?
Yeah,
us, because we are the main people in there.
Yep, that's why we know they ain't the ones.
That's why they Jew-ish. Emphasis on the ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they was eating all that nasty food, octopus, and then had the nerve to sell some of them. Oh, this is overcooked. They still wanted the blood.
And y'all know we ain't supposed to eat no meat with the blood.
Blood. It's still the blood. Well, the kangaroo meat and all.
That is disgusting.
I was like,
she said, I feel like Taco Bell was selling kangaroo.
Okay, hey, they were selling something.
We are on the main. Yes, we are the main people in the prison system. Absolutely.
Yeah, and whenever anything is too cheap, come on, stay away from them 5 tacos for $1. It's a reason why they're $1.
Absolutely, and it's in the fast food.
Yeah, you
ain't eating. You eating like she said, kangaroo or
something else.
Yeah, maybe a kangaroo may be too expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, you eat gut around. Okay,
you eat rat.
Pigeon. That's San Francisco pigeon where they don't even care. They just land it. All right, we're gonna get back into it. All right, chapter 8. This is crazy. And there will come upon them a second visitation and wrath, such as has not befallen them from the beginning until that time, in which he will stir up against them the king of kings of the earth, and one that rules with great power, who will crucify those who confess to their circumcision. And those who conceal it, he will torture and deliver them up to be bound and led into prison. And their women will be given to Elohim, little e, among the other nations, and their young sons will be operated on by the physicians in order to bring forward their foreskin. Y'all heard that?
And y'all know we was whole experiments.
Their foreskin. We get Shriners. Hold on. Sorry, Mama. Hold on. And others among them will be punished by torture and fire and sword, and they will be forced to bear in public their idols, which are as polluted as are the shrines that contain them. Okay, and they will likewise be forced by those who torture them to enter into their most innermost sanctuary, and they will be forced by God. What is it? Gold to blaspheme with insolence the name, finally, after these things, the Torah, and what they had above their altar.
There ain't gonna be.
It said, and their young sons will be operated on by physicians in order to bring forward their foreskin. And y'all know who they after. Yes. Our sons. Mm-hmm.
organs, all of
all of that to be operated. This book was written. Why are they talking about this
Yes, right now.
right now?
Moses, this
is a prophecy. Okay?
That's
right
why
now.
they snatching stuff out. Like, and they will likewise be forced by those who torture them to enter into their most innermost sanctuary. And that's like, we need to look up gold. Somebody look up gold for us, GOADS. I think that's when, you know how the whole Illuminati thing, how they get them to enter into their little secret sanctuary. And then a lot of them may be framing.
Yes.
Getting them high, drunk, whatever, and framing. And we're going to show people these pictures.
And show people this video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually
you
saw
have
somebody
sex with a man or something like that.
And they use it. They use it against you.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you just going to have to use it against you.
Really, at some point.
At some point, because you either a slave to them or you still slave somewhere else.
Yeah.
There's no freedom in it.
I'd rather just go and show you a little video and I'm out.
They use the foreskin. They use the foreskin for
cosmetic purposes.
Oh man, that's disgusting. I'd rather not have known that.
Man, see these people.
They're wicked. It's in them to be this.
They are
disgusting.
wicked.
We ain't like that. He just didn't make us like that.
Horrorlessness.
Sorry. And I get it that all people ain't like this, but DNA is DNA. And if it's in your DNA, it's in your DNA. Okay. All right.
And if you ain't helping stop it, you're
part of it.
You're part of it.
Then in that day, there will be a man of the tribe of Levi, whose name will be Taxo, who having 7 sons will speak to them, exhorting them. Observe, my sons, behold, a second ruthless and unclean visitation has come upon the people, and a punishment merciless and far exceeding the first. For what nation or what region or what people of those who are impious towards Yahuwah, who have done many abominations and have suffered a great calamity as have suffered as great calamities as have befallen us. Now therefore, my sons, hear me, for observe and know that neither did our fathers nor their forefathers tempt Elohim, so as to transgress his command. And ye know that this is our strength, and thus we will do. Let us fast for the space of 3 days, and on the 4th let us go into a cave which is in the field, and let us die rather than transgress the commands of Yahuwah Sabaoth Elohim. For if we do this and die, our blood will be avenged before Yahuwah.
Yeah, so this one man stands up and goes, look, this is wrong. Let's get up out of here.
Yeah.
Even if we got to starve to death.
Let's
get up out of Babylon.
Absolutely.
We going to a cave, whatever. Yep. Oh, to go to provoke or annoy, antagonistic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Taxo like we up out of here.
Yeah.
Come on, sons. We gonna live in the cave.
He's like,
I'd rather die.
Absolutely. That's the thing. Either way, you gotta go through death. Mm-hmm. Right? So either you gonna die, you gonna live serving Hasatan and die serving him for eternity.
Yeah.
And torment. Or you gonna live towards Elohim, Yahuwah, and you gonna live for eternity.
Yes. You're just gonna fall asleep.
You're gonna fall asleep.
You don't want to put a nice little place.
Absolutely. Either way, you just got choices. The rich and the famous. Absolutely.
Yeah.
How I feel like now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And then his kingdom will appear throughout his creation. And then Hasatan will be no more. And the sorrow will depart with him. Then the hands of the angels will be filled, and he will be appointed chief. And he will forthwith avenge them of their enemies. For the Holy One will arise, for the Heavenly One will arise from his royal throne, and he will go forth from his set-apart habitation, and his wrath will burn on the account of his sons.
That's what's going on right now. Like,
absolutely.
This is
now. This is now. And the earth will tremble, to its confines will it be shaken. and the high mountains will be made low, and the hills will be shaken and fall, and the horns of the sun will be broken, and he will be turned into darkness, and the moon will not give her light, and be turned wholly into blood, and the circle of the stars will be disturbed, and the sea will retire into the abyss, and the fountains of waters will fail, and the rivers will dry up. For El Elyon will arise, Yahuwah Olam Echad, and he will appear to punish the other nations, and he will destroy all their idols. Then you, O Israel, will be happy,
There you go.
and you will mount up, and you will mount upon the neck and wings of the eagle, and the days of your mourning will be ended. The mount on it, would that represent this government?
And
Because you know how
mount upon the neck.
the eagle
Oh, and
represents
wings of the eagles.
our government. How they have
Oh
it.
yeah, that I know that's America.
Yeah, America,
Yeah.
like the system.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
But that basically it is tell us we're going to be above. So
Yeah.
like eagles soar
up.
way up there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. You have your thoughts, please tune in. And let me see. Okay, and Yah will exalt you, and he will cause you to approach to the heaven of the stars, and he will establish your habitation among them.
But you know what? This also um, is bringing home. It is Yisrael.
It is.
Unless you are grafted into Yisrael, you have no hope.
No.
This is who he's coming for.
He came for the lost house
Yes.
of Israel. And people keep saying, listen, I get it. Okay? I get it.
You better be grafted in.
I get it, okay? But at the end of the day, he came for. Doesn't mean he's going to exclude everybody else because if you fall in line and you are in a line with him
Yes.
and his covenant and you guarding it, guess what? You're grafted in.
Yep. Exactly.
But his main thing is he came for this house.
Yep. Yes.
That's what he said. Listen, I can't do all
come
this.
for you.
I didn't come for you.
Here for this house.
But she was smart enough to say, look, even the dogs get the crumbs. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the
Man.
crumbs because the same ingredients that's in that cake is in this crumb right
Yeah.
now. So let me just take the crumbs, okay? I don't have to have the slice.
Yes.
Whatever's in that cake, it's gonna be in this crumb.
Yep.
So that's fine. But
I
at the end of the day,
stick myself to the cake. I'm part of the cake.
I'm
I
part
got
of
a
the cake.
crumb. I'm part of the
Absolutely.
cake.
That's it.
Yes.
But he came for Israel.
Yes. Same thing with Ruth, the Moabite. I'm going with you.
Absolutely.
Your God, my God, grafted in.
Grafted in.
Rahab, I'm going with y'all. I heard about what he did. I don't care nothing about these Jericho people.
I'm
on my
going with you.
red string. I'm leaving with you.
Absolutely. And guess what? When he sees you grafted in, he don't even see you being grafted in. Like the thief of the night.
Yeah.
The thief on the cross.
Yeah,
He looked like everybody else because he had his
mark on the
he
tongue.
had his mark
Had
on the
that
tongue.
time.
So you still gonna look like me, you gonna look like her, listen, but you gotta be grafted in.
Gotta be grafted in. I'm coming for Yisrael.
That's right. So you holding on the Sabbath, you holding on the feast, you're doing all the feast days and all that, and you speaking up on behalf of Israel. Listen, I ain't got I find no fault.
So y'all gonna claim that y'all not Hebrew if you want to. Well, then he ain't coming back for you.
He ain't coming back for you, okay? And listen,
don't stay here.
One thing he ain't gonna do is say, Marco. He ain't gonna be trying to listen. He knows you because you're gonna have a mark on you. Okay, he ain't gonna be trying to find. Is this you?
Right.
That ain't you.
Right.
Is this you? Because he gonna know you by the way you live.
Yep.
All right.
I don't know yet.
I don't know either.
I remember Echad right here. Y'all sure be happy.
Two,
Not there. I think. Are you on
10.
Okay, 10. Okay. Oh yeah.
10. And you will look from on high and will see your enemies in Gehenna. And remember, that meant like a pit, a hell.
A Sheol, basically.
Yeah, Sheol. And you will recognize them and rejoice, and you will give thanks and confess your Creator. And it's funny because you see the same thing with we read in the book of Adam and Eve, but you know how he said, listen, he was talking to Adam. He was like, look, I'm going to switch places.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you're going to be able, where they think they're going to laugh and mock at you, no, I'm going to put you on his throne, and then he's going to be like, what?
Yeah.
It's the same thing here. It's going to be what? And do you, what do you say his name was? Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua.
The son of Nun. Keep these words and Wait, keep these words, this book, and this
and
book.
this book.
For from my death until his advent, there will be 250 times. And this is their course, which they will pursue till they are consummated. And I shall go to sleep with my fathers. Wherefore, Joshua, you son of Nun, be strong and be of good courage. For Yahuwah has chosen you to be my successor in the same covenant. I ain't never known that's why he said be strong and be of good courage.
Look, yes. He's giving them a time. He gave him a timetable when the Messiah was coming. It was not a big mystery.
Not at all.
It wasn't no men in the East just happened to be and start going, ooh, duh, what's going on? Let's go see. It was like, wait, we're around the time.
Yes.
Let's start looking for some signs.
Absolutely. They had enough sense to look for the sign.
Look for the sign. It's about that time. Let's start looking for the sign.
And don't nobody want to look no more.
There's a timetable given. Nobody wants to look.
Don't nobody want to look. Don't nobody want to research. Everybody just want to hold on to what they know. But what if what you know is wrong?
Yeah.
And what if what you know will lead you straight to hell for eternity and different punishment?
Yep.
Okay. Like what if what you know was literally just passed down because that's what your mother knew.
Yeah.
And that's what her mother taught you.
Mm-hmm. And you can't go on that because we weren't woke yet. It wasn't time. Yeah. So don't worry about them. Yahuwah got them. He know which one of them was true and which one wasn't.
Absolutely.
So don't let that, because I feel like that sometimes holds people back because they say, well, if we really, that means my grandmother who really thought, no, if your grandma was true and sincere, y'all knew she was calling on him.
Absolutely. Just like when he knew that we were calling on him.
Yeah, exactly.
In church.
Same thing. It's just that we're living in a time where wake up.
Wake up. That's it. That's it. So people need to look for the signs. And if you don't know what to look for, ask your father. Yes. He will tell you.
Yes. Look to the sky. You can see him all over the place. But only if you're looking.
That's it. Look, you can't look. I can't see nothing if I'm doing that.
Yeah. All I can think of is I need to get vaccinated because I need to travel. I want to go to Bahamas. I want to go to Bermuda.
Still can't see nothing. I didn't try to see what verse I was at. Can't see nothing.
You're on 11.
But when you open up your eyes, you can see. And when Joshua had heard these words of Moses that were written in his writing, as well as all that he had said before, he rent his clothes and cast himself at the feet of Moses. And Moses comforted him and wept with him. And Joshua answered him and said, you mean to tell me they got to wait till Monday to read the rest? Uncle Moses, no.
What do you mean by this prophecy? Surely we are not going to get in this much trouble. Joshua is like something. We'll find out.
We'll find out on Monday.
Who's Pastor Dana? Oh, YouTube is a perfect example of one true.
Oh, yeah, the man. Yeah, Pastor Dana. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't know Pastor Dana.
He changed his teaching from Sunday, and I believe he changed it to Saturday now.
Oh.
Yeah, his whole church. Mm-hmm. Okay. Absolutely. He is a good, perfect example of one that's really grafted in. Absolutely. Yeah, I like him. He's really cool. Not that I listen to him like that, but yeah, when I've heard his stuff, it's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all, with that being said, story time is over. Let me mark it. Ooh, we're gonna find out why Joshua was big mad though.
No, he's like upset.
Yeah, he's like, mad.
He's like, what was going? What? Surely.
Yeah.
They not gonna act up like this.
Like, nah, you can't tell me all of this.
Moses?
Nah, Moses. And it's so funny because you don't get this. All I know is Moses got mad at the rock, at the people, and he hit the rock. Now, I don't know if he hit the rock like this or if he just lightweight kind of tossed it.
No. What happened was he was supposed to speak to the rock and he hit it. He spoke to it and hit it. And y'all was
then that's how he died, though.
Yeah, no, y'all was like, I told you to speak to the rock. You ain't going in. I'm going to let you see the promised land, but you ain't going.
But look at all of the stuff that's in here.
He still showed him what was going to happen. And then the 66, it just tells us that Yah just let Moses see the promised land.
Right.
He didn't tell us none of this.
Yeah, absolutely. really like,
They don't tell us
I'm
this.
thrown back because now I really like. I was like, okay, Joshua and Caleb was the one that said, no, we can overcome. We
Yeah,
can take
we
this.
can take. We can
Everybody
do
else
this.
was like, look, that's big. They look too
Mhm.
big, and yeah, no, I don't know about that.
Mhm.
So I'm getting that like whole thing like, wow, this whole conversation
Yeah.
here was never put into Genesis.
And why?
Absolutely, why not? Because you're concealing. All right, these folks are concealing things because it leads you back to who you really
Yes.
are.
Yes.
And
And a timetable that it proves that they just don't because they want to be able to throw something in the sweet by and by. This tells us all this when y'all gonna wake up when the Messiah is coming.
Absolutely.
All this.
Absolutely.
What
That is
year it
crazy.
happened in.
Absolutely.
See,
that's
if
what I'm
I
saying.
count the days right, I know. Wait, y'all messed up the days.
Absolutely, because
So-
we're not even supposed to have 365 days.
Y'all
Right?
messed up some days because this was only in the year two, when this happened. So how could this be? You could all the mathematicians would be like, wait, something wrong.
Wow. All right. Wow. If you don't have this book, better shift. Get this book. It is the best $35 you will ever spend on in your life. Okay. Get this book and use your. Actually, it won't be $35 when you use your Storytime code.
That's right.
Hello. But use your Storytime code to get you a discount. We're gonna be back on Monday at 6 p.m. and we thank y'all for tuning in to Storytime.
Storytime. Storytime. Yes, Michelle, I was reading your comment. It is comforting to know there's a timetable.
Absolutely.
And there's so much prophecy that we didn't listen for, that we did learn. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We can read now. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. They chopped and screwed everything, but Yah is so faithful to restore.
Yep.
Absolutely.
In that
Yah.
restoration phase. All we gotta do is ask, seek.
That's it. Absolutely. And I'm telling y'all gotta move up some stuff. My kids are bad with I look for it. I see. This is looking.
Yeah.
So now I have to change my look, you gotta seek it.
Yep.
Okay, I get that you look for it now.
Do you really want to find it?
Because when you seek stuff, you are moving things out your way, getting things out of their original place.
Yep.
And then there's some movement, there's some effort when you're seeking for something. When you
sometimes there's a big old mess.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you'll find yourself in a mess of lies. Okay. A mess of lies. But listen, y'all, start asking questions. Ask questions. And then question that question. Okay?
That's how Abram got to Yah.
Absolutely. That's how
started with an idol, questioning the idol. Got all the way. Oh, wait. And then he called him. Come on, Abram.
And he responded. And when he called you, just say, here I am. That's it. With that being said, you all, it was such a pleasure.
Yes.
Shabbat Shalom for all my family and friends. We love y'all. And tomorrow's the day of rest. I mean, we're actually now. We're in now. But whatever that looks like to you. All right? Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bye. Don't you worry about it. Sorry.
Look, it didn't even fall in the garbage over the Yah.
He was like, my word will not go there.